A very warm welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us. We are back at Mandalika on the stunning island of Lombok for round 4 of the Idemitsu FIM Road Racing Championship, and that means we are starting the second round, the second half, sorry, of the season. As always, when we come racing in Indonesia, there's a special buzz of excitement. That's especially true this year, as there's an unstoppable wave of riders, new talented riders coming through from this country. So we are looking at big representation from Indonesian riders, as well as all the usual people who will be there trying to keep them behind. So the on-track action begins tomorrow, Friday free practice. So today we are taking some time out, sitting here in the gorgeous sunshine with the breeze, or some of us having the breeze lightly ruffling our hair anyway, and key contenders in all 5 classes. That'll be over the next couple of hours. We're going to start with the most finely poised championship of all, the ASB 1000, in which the top 4 riders are covered by just 7 points, which is the mathematical equivalent of a handkerchief. So there's very little to choose between them. To be precise, Hafiz Shirin for JDT Racing tops the standings with 81 points. Aslan Shah Kamaruzaman sits 5 points behind, 76. Then Andy Farid is Dihar on 74, and his Honda Asia Dream Shower team Buvapat on 74. And we have some seriously quick riders who are sure to shake things up in the second half of the season. So joining us now, I'm delighted to say, are Andy Farid is Dihar, UK for SDG Hark Pro, Tioyu Joe for Savitar ESG Team Asia, and Sho Nishimura for TKKR BMW Racing Team. And Andy, we're going to begin with you. Had a great start to the went into round 3, leading the championship. But Motegi was a little bit of a struggle for you. Could you talk us through that? Motegi was a little bit of a struggle after such a start to the season. So could you tell us what the issues were you encountered in Motegi?
Yeah, I thought it was because last time I was riding in Motegi was 2016 with the 250 bike. And I like that track actually, but when I arrived with the 1000 bike first time, I was so struggling, and yeah, I just continue the feeling and improve step by step. Actually, qualifying was not so bad. I was before, but during the race I was so struggling. I crashed in race 1, and race 2 was so much difficult for me in this track. So yeah, this is what I feel, but I want to forget Motegi and focus for the next.
Sure, so now you are on your home ground, and you went really well here last year. What pressure are you feeling now? Leading championship contender, how do you feel coming into this round?
Yeah, this week is my home race. I don't wanna make like a big target or whatever. I just want to enjoy this home race for me, and then let's see. Tomorrow we start the practice, and I just want to try my best.
And you have a new Honda this season. Tell us about how you're developing the bike. How is your development with the bike going?
Yeah, in some race, actually I already feel improved with this bike, especially in Buriram. I already feel the difference with the last year bike, and also in China, I was also struggling last year, but this year with the new bike, I can manage on the podium. Just last week in Motegi, it was my first time also with this new bike. I was so struggling, so let's see what we can do here with the new CBR. and the team side already preparing everything to make sure everything is ready. So I can wait to start tomorrow.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing it. We are in a particularly gorgeous part of Indonesia. Is there anywhere else you would recommend people should visit in Indonesia? Where would you recommend?
Uh, Maybe, yeah, of course, here is very nice place, but for me, the last year I go in the Gili Island. It was, I think, from this circuit take 2 or 3 hours to arrive there, so it's a bit far. But this area also you can find some good good beach, and you can how to say.
Well, surfing. I've seen a lot of people at the airport with surfboards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, but I see around this beach, I don't see some people surfing. So maybe they go another one.
Okay. All right. And Andy, a lot of people are shouting for you at your home race in Indonesia this weekend. What would you like to say to them?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for always supporting me, and please this week uh, come here to support me. And I just want to give the best for all of them and for Indonesia.
We can't
Thank you.
wait to see you. Andy, thanks very much.
Thank you so much.
Next up, a fellow Honda rider, Yuki Kuni. Yuki, welcome to Mandalika. It's good to see you here. And congratulations on a strong start to the season. You racked up a string of fourth places and also got your first win last time out at Motegi. Could you tell us a little bit? Motegi wasn't as smooth as we thought it might be for you. Could you tell us about race one and what happened?
Okay, so first, and the Motegi for me was until the qualifying was quite good because all the session in the nearly on the top. So I was quite happy, and but my feeling was quite good. But only race one, I don't know. My feeling like start like a bit nervous, and also there's my home in Japan, so bit pressure I feel it. That's why in the beginning I just mistake on the start. After that, I try to coming back as soon as possible. And then when the moment, like I was like a bit mistake on the braking, and then my feeling was like, oh maybe I can overtake, but it was little bit out of control on the braking. So totally like my mistake, and then after that the bike start like on fire, and then my race one was like really disaster.
Yeah, well, it was a fantastic recovery for race two. So that taught us a little bit more about you. Now we're at Mandalika. Now we're at Mandalika. Tell us what your impressions of this circuit.
So this Mandalika, my first time this track, and also my first time Indonesia in here. So I will try enjoy, and also as you know the last year the Haruki what happened. So from our team we try to ride for the Haruki.
Yeah, that's something we all feel very keenly in our thoughts, in our hearts for this weekend. And so yeah, we're rooting for you too. Um, all right. So, what would you say is the biggest thing that you have to overcome as a racer? What is the biggest thing, the biggest struggle that you find in racing? Is it the mental approach, physical? Tell us about that.
For me, this is coming like everything I think I thought, because the when racing always we have many problem like physically, also bike travel, and like also mentality. And for me, when I'm struggling in the race, I will try to manage with myself, because always getting from myself, like example like mentality, also physically. So I will try to always like the reset, like a things my mind, and I will always try to focus on the what my target. Then for me coming more good. I mean better.
Right, and as it is your first time here, could you tell people a little bit about your background in racing? I mean, you're what 20 years old now.
Yeah.
Tell us about your racing career so far.
Mm. My racing career, okay, so from young, from I started from kids, and then my father always, my family always supporting me until the world championship. Okay, the my point from world championship, I start like really struggling, and then after that, I was like hit the wall because I cannot improve more. And then after that, I back to the like All Japan Championship and even now Asia Road Racing, and the team start working again to bring back to World Championship. Then the moment I and also my motivation and my riding skill is getting level up. So I'm really happy in the moment now, and my career still not finished, and I can try to more improve.
Yeah, that's great to see. Well, we're looking forward to seeing how you go this weekend, and we wish you the best. A lot of people back home will be, as you said, they'll have Haruki in their thoughts as well. What would you like to say to your supporters back home?
Yeah, of course. And as I told last year what happened with Haruki, and our team try to the best and try to for the racing for the Haruki.
Yuki, thank you, and all the very best for this weekend. So if you could just swivel a little bit to your left and pass the microphone to Joe. Joe, it's great to see you here. I'm seeing a lot of you this season.
Thanks,
And,
same here as well.
good to see you a couple of weeks ago at Chang International as well. Um, so, Joe, tell us a little bit about this season so far. And I mean, you're here to make improvements to yourself, your bike setup, and everything. How's it going?
This year will be quite positive. We've had more mileage with the bikes. We went to more circuits, not just on the ARC as well. Off season, we have a lot of mileage on the BMW, and learned a lot on bike setup and what I need and to race competitively. So I think every session we went out, we have like slight improvements, 5 tenths to 1 second. And we've seen some positive changes in the last few weeks as well. So we hopefully for the next few rounds coming ARC, we are much more closer to the pack to be more competitive and more challenging to them.
Yeah, what are the main challenges with the machine, your BMW?
One of the main challenges I have is because it's more or less like we're not familiar with the bike and also a lot of mileage that we're not used to it. Secondly of all, we don't have that much expertise, and we are actually borrowing a lot of knowledge from every other teams around the world. And I think everything starts to gel together now, and we are much more in a more positive light, and we can plan for the races much more positively.
Yeah, and this is your second time to Mandalika, right?
Yeah.
What's your impression of the circuit?
This is a very beautiful circuit, beautiful track, a lot of crosswinds, and it's very fast, very flowing, and it stops really hard as well, and then it goes fast and flowing again. It's very harsh on the tires as I remember last year, and this year as well. I think the tires have changed, to be more using more of the hard compound this year, and giving much more stability to the tires. So we see it's going to be a different type of race this year, and I think we won't have much drama that we did last year, and the track this year is much more grippier, and we're looking for better races this year as well.
Yeah, and I have to say, you're looking in good shape physically.
Yeah.
Tell us about your preparation for the race.
Preparation first and foremost. We try to relax a bit more. We do a lot of gym work, more or less. Other than that, I'm not as young as most of the riders here. I'm 42, so it's much more harder in the recovery. Riding as well, we can ride twice as hard, but we don't. We also recover twice as slow. Yeah. So I think one of it is have a positive outlook in life and live life. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And finally, Joe, what would you like to say to Team Joe back home?
Yeah. For the guys that are supporting us, please watch the race. For people that is around me, thank you, and we miss you. See you in track. Yeah.
All the best for this weekend, Joe.
Thank you.
Thank you. And if you'd be so good as to pass the microphone to unquestionably one of the most exciting riders to come out of Malaysia, Kazma Daniel Kazmayuddin. Kazma, you've had not things all your own way this season. Tell us where you're at now. What's been missing, and what are you doing about it?
Okay, for this year, yes, as you know, our team Yamaha a little bit something changed on the bike and everything inside the team, and I'm really a bit struggle about 2 years, last year and this year. But for now, in this circuit right now, the guy actually taking care of me about the engineering last year, to last year now coming back for this round, and I hope the bike coming very well for this race in Mandalika, and I try to work with them, and I hope also we can make a good race for this round.
It's good to hear that note of optimism. And where do you think the R1 will go well here at Mandalika? Where do you think the strengths of the bike are?
About the bike, R1.
Yeah, you're on a Yamaha here. How do you think the Yamaha is going to go here at Mandalika?
Yeah, with our bike, last year in this circuit also quite good. Uh, in qualifying was 3, and also was a not so bad. And also I have a not so good memories in here. But I try to open a new book and try to refresh start.
Absolutely. Okay. Um, and what have you been working on yourself? Because I did mention off camera that you're looking particularly slim this time, and you weren't exactly a big lad before. So tell us what you've been doing to prepare yourself.
Yeah, honestly, yes. Last race in China, I'm 68 kilo, but now 61, and yes, many kilos drop because I think I'm taking care of newborn baby in the house. No sleep, not sleep very well, but it's okay. And also I try to mostly because Caprix, I race Caprix also, and I think 61 is a good kilos for both bike, 1000 and also Caprix.
Sure. Yeah. Well, you're looking good, and congratulations on the new addition to the family.
Thank you.
That's also beautiful news. What are your goals for the rest of the season, Kazma?
Um, I hope for this season try to make a good race and try to have a it's like a happy ending. It's like always the race going well, not like last year. And I hope everything is just a good. And I cannot. I don't know how to say again, but just try to be safe.
Okay. And a shout out for family and friends in Malaysia.
Hi guys, don't forget to watching us in Facebook and also live TV, and try to support us, our all the Asian rider, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Japan. Try to support all of us and give some motivate from us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And last but most definitely not least is Sho Nishimura for TKKR BMW Racing Team. Sho, you've really lit a fire under the championship. You joined and had a really promising start in China, and you had a very exciting race and a victory in Mandalika. So tell us your impression. What's it like racing in ARRC?
Yes, my first race when China. That time my first time ride a 1000 bike also on the circuit. Yeah, and this time I have to learning circuit and machine and track everything first time. So, but I can grow up every session. Then I go Motegi that time. Yeah, I start some setting. Then race one I can win. So yeah, that I think I don't. Uh, I'm not fighting championship, but yeah, yeah, I think very good season for me.
Yeah, if there was a second half of the season, you might be, if there was a title for the second half, maybe you'd go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
What are the main challenges you see in this category?
Yes. Before last year, I led 600 in all Japan. Yeah, but here, my rival rider, everyone before joining World Championship, very high level. So yeah, everyone fighting very high level. That my big challenge this season.
Okay, and this is your first visit here.
Yes.
Yeah, how do you think, you've obviously had a look at the circuit online and whatever, how do you think the BMW will go here with you on it?
Yeah, here my first time Indonesia and this track. I saw this circuit very close beach, so wind is a little bit strong. That is a little bit difficult, but yeah, I think last year Marcus very strong this circuit. BMW helped for me for our team. I don't know, but we will see. I think good.
Yeah, finally, what's your impression of the BMW?
Yeah, BMW bike have a very good power and turning very well. So I think braking is a little bit difficult for me because straight very fast, but exit and turning well. So I think Mandalika have a lot of faster corner. Yeah, I think yeah, good, very good bike.
Okay, and do you have people watching back home? What would you like to say to them in Japanese if you want to?
Yeah, thank you to everyone. Thank you supported me. Please watching YouTube or some TV. I try to do my best. Thank you. Arigato.
Thank you. We're looking forward to the show. Thank you. So thanks very much to Shon Nishimura, to Andy Faridis Dihar, to Kazma Daniel, Kazmayuddin, Yuki Kuni, and Tioyu Joe. Thank you very much for joining us. We're going to take a short break and move the chairs around, and we'll come back and be talking to some of the top riders in the Supersport 600 category. So stay with us. We are at Mandalika for round 4 of the Idemitsu FIM Asia Road Racing Championship. Welcome back to Mandalika. We are here hanging out in the warmth of the sunshine in Park Ferme, and we are moving on now. We've just had interviews with the ASB 1000 riders, and we're moving on now to Supersport 600. And as ever, Supersport 600 have been serving up some really sizzling contests. Apiwat Mongtananon from Yamaha Techni Racing leads the championship. He has a healthy 37-point lead over Astra Honda's Adinanta Putra, who does seem to be getting stronger every time out. Behind them are the Idemitsu Hondas of Helmi Asman and Azroy Anwar, who've had mixed seasons so far, more of which a little bit later. And we also have exciting newcomers to the class, 3 of whom are joining us now. So I'd very much like to welcome, for Yamaha Racing Indonesia, Wahyu Nugroho, for Astra Honda, Vida Ega Pratama, and for Yamaha Techni Racing Team ASEAN, McKinley Carl Paz, and Azroy Hakim Anwar of Idemitsu Honda, and the aforementioned Adinanta Putra from Astra Honda. So, Wahyu Nugroho, I'd like to begin with you. You had a really good start to the season, and tell us what you think about your performances so far.
Yeah, I think about my performance for this season is I already happy with the result of the first round, and then we keep moving to the second round and the third round, but we have a lot of problem and we need to solve that. So we will try to solve the problem in Mandalika, and let we see.
Yeah, I mean, as a rookie in this class, you look very comfortable riding a 600. So what have you been doing to enhance your performance?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I was really like to ride this bike because it's very fast and it's easy to do some wheelie with the bike, and you know how to stop the bike with like stoppy or slide. It's very fun, but yeah, it's also difficult to ride.
Right. Well, we're looking forward to the post-race celebrations. So that's a good thing. This is, of course, your home ground. What do you think will be and your advantage here?
Uh, I will try my best in this round because also on the next round because I was really want to get some podium to get to that's my goals, and yeah, it's just I will do everything to win.
Well, those of us that have watched you over the last few seasons know that that's true for sure, and we wish you the best. You've got a whole load of people supporting you here this weekend. What would you like to say to them?
In English?
In English or Bahasa, up to you.
Yes, I just want to say thank you to everyone who always support me, and please always support me until I can reach my dream.
All the very best for this weekend. Let's move on. We'll stay with Indonesian stars, but we'll change bikes to Astra Honda's Vida Ega Pratama, one of the most exciting of the exciting crop of races that we have coming through from this weekend's host country. Vida, could you talk a little bit about Motegi and what happened? What was the issue in race 2 for you?
Yeah, about Motegi, I try to do my best in race 2. Yeah, from Friday, I have some problem in the bike and little bit difficult to control the bike and try to improve step by step. But in race 2, still have some problem and I crash in, yeah, I crash.
Okay, well, last season in 250s here, and also in the ATC, of course. You had a really fantastic season. Now you're in 600s. Uh, what's the main struggle you're finding with 600? What's the main challenge?
The main challenge for me in 600, the bike more big than 250 and little bit difficult to control the bike, and also on the bike more fast also, and also more heavy.
Okay. And how's the Astra Honda team been helping you?
Astra Honda team always helping me uh, in the mental or ride how to riding, and yeah.
Okay, and tell us about your support from Indonesian fans, because they're well known to be some of the most enthusiastic motorcycle racing fans in the world. Tell us about the kind of support you've been receiving.
Yeah, uh, they was so excited, and I'm happy also to be back race in Mandalika, and I will do my best in this week. Yeah,
Okay, well, we're looking forward to that. Is there anything you'd like to say to that army of fans out there?
with Indonesian.
Yeah, sure.
Ya, jangan lupa untuk dukung saya minggu ini, saya dan juga tim Astra Racing Team, dan jangan lupa dukung dan tonton, dan ya terima kasih.
Vida, thank you. And if you'd be so kind as to pass the microphone to the gentleman in blue on your left, McKinley Carl-Paz. It's good to see you here in Mandalika. This is your rookie season in this category. First of all, tell us what happened in race 2 at Motegi.
Yeah, about the race 2. During the race 1, we have a problem also in the bike. So we try to manage and see what is the problem. But yeah, in race 2, I think we fixed the problem a little bit. And I think we are going fast during in the middle race. But I think last 4 laps, the engine sprocket, it has come out.
Right. And overall, how do you think this season has been going compared to your expectations?
Yeah, I think from in the beginning of the season it's quite good, but now it's little bit difficult because every round has a problem, that we need to fix. But uh, so far we are making it like a motivation to to know our mistake.
Right, okay. Now, is this your first trip to Mandalika?
Yes.
Ah, okay, good. So, what do you think of the circuit, and what are you expecting from yourself?
Uh, in this circuit, I only play in PS5, but in the real only now. So let's look what we can do this weekend.
Yeah, what's your feeling about where the Yamaha will have some advantage on this circuit?
For now, I don't know because this track has some corners is slow, some corners is very fast. So for now, I don't know what I can see with the bike.
Absolutely. So, tell us about something going back to your home country, the Philippines. What do you do when you're back home to prepare for races? What's your kind of physical routine?
Uh, if we don't have a race, Yamaha Philippines make make a practice with all the riders in Yamaha. Also, if we don't have a practice in the circuit, I do cycling and running.
Okay, well, that sounds good. and we know you are something close to a national hero back in the Philippines. And you have huge support. What would you like to say to your friends and family?
In Tagalog, no?
Sure.
Siyempre nagpapasalamat po ako sa lahat ng mga taong sumusuporta po palagi sa akin. Sana po pagpatuloy niyo po yung pagsuporta niyo po sa akin. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And let's move on now and come back to a Honda rider, this time for Idemitsu Honda Malaysia, Azroy Hakim Anwar, well known as one of the strongest and classiest riders in Supersport 600, although not always blessed with the best of luck. It has to be said.
Yeah.
Motegi, first of all, race 2 was good. What was the challenge in race 1?
Actually, on the race 1, we put some kilos on the bike and we just ride. No change on the setup, and I also quite surprised with the different feeling on the bike. So yeah, I just ride with carefully. Didn't want to crash or something, so I want to protect the point, and I finished on the 5th. And so on the race 2, we changed some setup on the warm up, and I feel great. So that's why I can fight for the podium in race 2.
Right, now turning to Mandalika, there were some challenges here last year, especially with tires. How do you see it going this time?
Yeah, this time we have new compound, hard tire. So I think with this compound we don't have the problem. Also, we know that Astra already riding this track. They also say no problem with the tire. So I think we can do our best like last year.
Yeah, and what do you think about Mandalika as a circuit?
Yeah, very high speed track, and also big challenging from wind. I think only that, and also beautiful track.
Okay, and you personally, what do you see as your strengths as a rider compared to the others?
Sorry?
So you're very strong as a rider. How do you see your strengths compared to the other riders?
For me, I think I personally I only focus to myself, trying to improve every session. And when I saw some fast guy on the track, I will always try to reach him. So I think only that.
It's always a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, thank you.
So what would you like to say, friends and family back home in Malaysia?
InsyaAllah minggu ni saya akan cuba yang terbaik lah untuk kalau boleh nak kejar championship point tu, sebab Api Wat dah terlampau jauh, dan untuk second position masih boleh kejar lagi. So harap-harap dipermudahkan lah untuk minggu ni. Terima kasih semua.
That's right, all the best for this weekend. And let's move on now to a rider that we mentioned earlier on, Adinanta Putra. I mentioned earlier that you seem to get stronger every time you throw your leg over the 600. What have you been doing to make these improvements?
Yeah, actually, for me, was many improve from race by race, compare from my debut from last year. Yeah, I just trying every session, when I ride this Super Sport 600, I try to learn and understand how to make some good riding with this bike. Yes, and then I can improve every session, and until now I still learning how can I improve. Yes.
Yeah, in terms of 600 experience, you are the senior of the three, even though this is only your second season in the class. What are your strategies? What kind of strategies are you thinking about this weekend?
Yes. Actually, for me, nothing strategies, but I just want to make a good race and trying my best. And yeah, my target is can be the win. Yes.
Yeah, you're clearly a contender for the win this weekend. You're lying second in the championship, so you're a contender in the championship too.
Yes.
What kind of mental training do you do to deal with that pressure?
Uh, for me, no mental training, but I just do some normal training like physical and then motorbike training. But I always make it on the maximum. I just try to push always my limit for myself. Yes.
All right, and peeping behind, taking a look behind the scenes in Astra Honda, who would you say has been a great support to you in the team?
Yes. Actually, all the staff of the Astra racing team, but especially is like my mechanic because he was working always with me. And then, yes, not only just mechanic, he also always give me some motivation. Also, when I down, always he can push me until yeah, I can make a good perform. Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
And friends and family time, what would you like to say?
Ya. Jangan lupa datang dan dukung saya di Mandalika untuk event Asia Road Racing Championship putaran keempat minggu ini. Ya, salam satu hati.
All the very best for this weekend, and thank you, Adananda.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Wayu Nugroho. Thanks to Azra Hakim Anwar. Thank you to Veda Ega Pratama, and you've lowered your chair, but thanks, thank you, Carl, and all the best for this weekend. We appreciate the insights. We're going to take a very short break now, and we're going to move some top AP250 riders onto the stools to my left. So we're going to take a break for a few minutes, and so we'll be right back at Mandalika, so stay with us. Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us for this live pre-race interview session here at Mandalika on the fabulous island of Lombok in Indonesia. We are moving on now to talk to some of the top contenders in the AP 250 class, which always puts on a fantastic racing show. Astra Honda this season, it's no surprise to see Astra Honda sitting at 1 and 2 in the standings with Kiandra Ramadipa and Herjan Atner, but they are being closely hounded at every step by a whole load of their fellow Indonesians and others, including Idemitsu Honda's Sharifuddin Azman and Irfan Haikal. Also making their presences felt are East NJT's Warwick Tongnapakun and Piawat Patumyos. Aiki Yoshi also on the four-cylinder Motul Sniper Manual Tech Kawasaki also has been looking very good. Joining me now, though, I'm delighted to say, are Herjan Atner Firdaus from Astra Honda, Araya Gaska from Yamaha Racing Indonesia, Piawat Patumyos from East NJT Racing, Irfan Haikal from Idemitsu Bunshu Honda, and Nguyen Hu Tri from Honda Racing Vietnam. And we're going to start with Herjan Atner Firdaus. Herjan, you are sitting currently second in the championship, just 4 points off the top, and you took a double win here last season. How are you feeling coming into this weekend?
Yeah, I feel pressure, but I not take stress from the pressure. I'm just enjoy this weekend, and I will make my best, and let's see what happen in the race. But all the preparation already, I make preparation so well.
Yeah, and this season you have some changes to the RPM limit. How are you dealing with those? How are those affecting you?
Yeah, RPM change. They cut my RPM. It make the bike need different settings in the gearing, and then in the engine also change. And how to dealing with that? I must go push more. That will be good for me because I can improve my level with more lowest RPM, but I need to fight with another riders.
Right, and tell us about a little bit about your machine, because the Astra Hondas look fantastic. They go well. What do you particularly like about the machine?
Actually, I like my bike with the suspension. With the suspension, they make setting very well. So now with the change RPM, we are not the faster bike in the grid. With that, I make a good setting in the suspension, and the team make very good one.
So how has the team been helping you?
Yeah, we make many practice here with 600 in the national championship also. It make me more ready for this round.
That's good. So you have a lot of people watching out for you this weekend. You're one of the most experienced riders in the class and one of the favourites for the championship. What would you like to say to your friends, fans and family out there?
Untuk teman-teman, jangan lupa dukung saya di Asia Road Racing Mandalika. Saya akan berikan yang terbaik untuk tim dan untuk masyarakat Indonesia, dan bisa mengibarkan merah putih di home race. Terima kasih.
Thank you, and all the best for this weekend, Herjan. And if you pass the microphone, please, to Arai Agaska, another of the exciting crop of young Indonesian riders that are coming through. Arai Agaska, we remember seeing you for the first time in ARRC last year when you won race 2 in the Underbone category. Tell us now, you're here in your home hometown, your home island. How do you feel about racing here?
Yes, of course, I'm very happy to race again in home race, Mandalika. I will do your best and hopefully can get best result during the race.
That sounds good. And overall, you are fourth in the championship on 60 points. How do you plan on going forward from here?
Ya, untuk di round 4 kali ini saya akan memberikan yang terbaik untuk warga Indonesia dan warga Lombok.
And tell us what you think about the AP 250 race category.
Ya, untuk persaingan AP250 ini sangat keras dan ini tahun pertama saya di kelas AP250 dan saya terus bekerja keras agar bisa menjadi yang terbaik.
And how has Yamaha Racing Indonesia, how has the team been supporting you this season?
Ya, untuk Yamaha Racing Indonesia, Arai mengucapkan terima kasih sebesar-besarnya telah mensupport Arai dan membawa Arai sampai kejuaraan Asia ini.
Okay, Aragaska, would you like to say something to your fans, friends, family in Bahasa?
Ya, untuk warga Lombok dan warga Indonesia, jangan lupa dukung saya di Asia Road Racing Round 4 ini. Jangan lupa datang nonton pada tanggal 26 sampai 28 Juli. Terima kasih.
We look forward to seeing you this weekend. All the very best. Please pass the microphone behind you. And a very warm welcome to Piawat Patumyos, who is riding for one of the most exciting and colourful teams in the championship, East NJT Racing Team. Piawat, tell us how you are managing the season so far, and what do you think you can improve further?
ครับสำหรับปีนี้ก็แข่งในรุ่น AP 250เป็นทีมใหม่นะครับก็ผลงานก็ดีขึ้นเรื่อยๆครับสามารถสู้กับหัวแถวได้แล้วครับก็สนามนี้ก็จะพยายามสื่อสารกับช่างให้มากกว่านี้ครับเพื่อที่ว่าจะขึ้นโพเดียมที่นี่ให้ได้ครับ
Okay, and you raced here before last season with TVS. What do you think of Mandalika circuit, and what do you think you can do here?
ครับสำหรับสนามมันดาริก้าผมคิดว่าเป็นสนามที่สวยแล้วก็ประสบการณ์ใหม่ครับเพราะว่าเป็นสนามที่อยู่ติดกับทะเลเลยครับก็เป็นประสบการณ์ใหม่ๆที่ได้ขี่ครับ
Okay, and what is good to know about your machine, the Honda?
ผมคิดว่ารถแข่งทุกคนเหมือนกันครับเพราะว่ากติกาเป็นสแตนดาร์ดครับ
And finally, because you've come back into the championship this year, tell us 3 things you like about racing in AP 250.
สำหรับรุ่นนี้ที่ผมชอบก็เป็นรุ่นที่ผมเข้าร่วมแข่งขันมาหลายปีแล้วครับก็ขี่สนุกแล้วก็ต่อสู้กันเป็นกลุ่มครับก็วัดกันที่รอบสุดท้ายครับ
Okay, and shout out to friends and family. เพื่อนครอบครัว
ครับสำหรับสนามที่4นี่ที่มันดาริก้าประเทศอินโดนีเซียครับก็อยากฝากพี่น้องแฟนๆชาวไทยช่วยเชียร์คนไทยด้วยกันทุกคนด้วยครับก็จะทำให้เต็มที่ครับเสาร์อาทิตย์นี้ก็เลส1เลส2ก็ฝากพี่ๆน้องๆชาวไทยช่วยเชียร์ด้วยครับขอบคุณครับ
Thank you, and all the best for this weekend. Let's move on to Irfan Haikal for Idemitsu Bunsu Honda. Irfan, you've been looking strong and competitive this season. You haven't always had the best luck. How do you think you have been doing this season? And what do you think is lacking?
Pada tahun ni di FP25 saya agak struggle dengan tim dan saya cuba berusaha untuk fight sehabis mungkin pada Mandalika ni.
Okay, last season you raced here. What do you think would be different for you this time?
Pada tahun ni saya cuba fight sehabis baik di Mandalika ni untuk dapatkan top 5.
Okay, and tell us what you've been doing to improve about workout, training. What are you doing?
Saya cuba untuk improvekan diri segi training, kayu basikal dan lebihkan mileage ke atas motor lagi lah.
Okay, and what are you learning from other riders in this category?
Pada kategori ni agak susah lah bagi saya sebab ni tahun kedua saya fight dalam kategori 250. Saya tak serasi dengan motor lagi.
Okay, and finally, shout out to your fans, friends, family.
Hai, friend Malaysia semua, jangan lupa support saya di Mandalika round keempat.
Okay, all the very best for this weekend. We look forward to seeing you on track. And last but not least, please pass the microphone to Nguyen Tri. Tri, it's good to see another strong rider coming through from Vietnam. Could you tell us what have you been struggling with this season? Is it handling, speed?
I feel no problem. Yeah. Yeah, I feel no problem.
Okay. And secondly, what adjustments have you made to the machine from last season?
The team Honda Racing Vietnam update new engine, new chain and new sprocket.
Sprocket?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we wish you the best for this weekend. There are a lot of people watching this series in Vietnam, which is fantastic. What would you like to say to your family and fans back home? In your own language. Shout out for your fans.
I can...
In Vietnamese, okay?
Yeah, in Vietnam, it's okay.
You can say in Vietnamese.
In Vietnamese, is my name Trí from Honda Vietnam.
Okay, Tri, thank you so much, and we wish you great success this weekend. Thanks also to Efren Heikel, to Piwat Patumios, to Arai Gaska, and to Herjan Atner, and thanks for additional support from Herjan as well. We wish you guys all the very best for this weekend. So that's 3 categories. We've got 2 riders in and got some good insights. We're going to be back with the sensational Underbone 150s, and we'll have 5 of the top riders from them coming up in just a few minutes from now. So stay with us. We're coming to you live from Mandalika on the island of Lombok for round 4 of the Idemitsu FIM Asia Road Racing Championship. Welcome back to Park Ferme at Mandalika Circuit in Lombok, Indonesia. We are here this afternoon chatting with and getting some insights from the leading riders in 5 categories. We are on now to the much acclaimed Underbone category. In 2024, the Underbones continue to thrill in every race. At the top of the pile as we head into the second half of the 2024 season is the 2023 season champion, Nazrul Izzat Bahudin. He has a large, in Underbone terms, championship lead of 14 points over another former champion, Akir Aziz, for Pitspike one-way JRT. Behind those two are 2 brilliant newcomers, Aditya Fauzi and Murabul Vitoni. And lying 5th is a resurgent former champion, Gupita Krishna, for 4S1M Evo Yamaha. And behind them is a whole parade of potential race winners. Joining me now are 4 riders who, between them, represent why Underbones draw so much global attention and admiration as a racing class. So I'm delighted to welcome Racetech 60's Aditya Fauzi, SEK Honda's Rekat Yusuf, sorry Nazarul, you can wait. Uma Racing's defending champion, Nazrul Izzat Bahudin, and Faris Putra Fadil for Cardinals factory racing team. So I'm going to start with you, Aditya Fauzi.
Yeah.
Remember very well seeing you here last year. You made a good impression first time out, and you crowned that with a P4 in race 2. So you're racing, of course, with the much acclaimed Wayuaji Trilexana as your teammate. What have you been learning this season?
Ya, tentunya saya dapat pengalaman banyak bersama tim dan pelajaran banyak juga tentunya di sirkuit besar mengikuti event Asia Road Racing Champion ini. Pelajaran saya banyak sekali. Saya seperti sesudah race atau Superpole kita sering evaluasi mesin, mungkin lebih banyak di nyeting, dan pelajaran dari Mas Wahyu sangat banyak sekali, terutama kayak seperti slipstreaming, strategi saat race, udah itu aja.
Well, you're now ahead of your senior teammate in the championship, lying 3rd overall. What do you plan to do in the second half of the season?
Ya, mungkin saya dengan tim akan bekerja keras agar bisa mengejar ketertinggalan saya di poin di seri-seri sebelumnya. Banyak sekali kesalahan. Saya akan lebih bekerja keras di race berikutnya agar mendapatkan poin ketertinggalan dari Izzat.
And why do you like racing in Underbone 150? What is unique about this category?
Mungkin di Underbone banyak uniknya sih, susah mungkin karena di Underbone ini harus matang dengan strategi dan mungkin lebih unik seperti di kualifikasi, lucu, saling tunggu menunggu.
Right, and we're here in Mandalika. It would be great if you can persuade some more Indonesian fans to come here this weekend. What is a famous thing to do in Mandalika?
Mungkin seperti pantai, mungkin kalau makanan dari ayam taliwang.
All right, well, we wish you the best for this weekend. And what would you like to say to your fans and your friends?
Untuk warga Indonesia, jangan lupa saksikan dan dukung tim saya, Racetech 60 Racing.
Thank you. Let's move on to Rekat Yusuf for SEK Honda Racing Team. Rekat, you are new in Underbone 150. What are you finding toughest in this race category?
Eh, yang paling sulit di kategori kelas ini karena semua pembalap dari semua pembalap di grup di kelas ini hampir satu grup, jadi benar-benar harus mikirin buat last lap dan benar-benar chaos balap di kategori ini.
Right, and tell us about your Honda machine. It looks competitive with the others.
Mungkin harus perlu banyak improve lagi di mesin, tapi dibanding dari seri 1 udah ada peningkatan dari round by round.
Okay, and have you raced here before at Mandalika?
Yes, I have.
And what do you think of the circuit?
I like the circuit because karena banyak fast corner dan apa ya? Saya suka dengan tipikal sirkuitnya.
Okay, and as a new rider in this category, what would you like to improve compared to the other riders?
Dari strategi, terus harus banyak cari pengalaman di kelas ini karena saya juga baru, dan semoga di round ini juga bisa lebih baik dari sebelumnya.
Thank you. And what would you like to say to your fans and family back home in Malaysia?
Buat warga Indonesia, jangan lupa dukung saya di Asia Road Racing Championship Mandalika round. Thank you.
All the very best for this weekend, Rekat. Okay, thank you. Could you pass the microphone to the defending champion, Nazrul Izzat Bahudin? Nazrul, you've got a 14-point lead in the championship. You've had 3 podium finishes, and you haven't finished outside the top 5. So your consistency and speed have been really impressive. What is the pressure like now that perhaps Akir Aziz is making a run in the championship? How do you feel?
Sebenarnya saya lebih pada fokus pada diri saya. Saya tak nak terlalu pressure dan saya cuba untuk fokus pada race kali ini, dan saya nak dapatkan kekal ke atas podium. InsyaAllah.
Okay, and could you tell us how you work with the team on getting the machine set up?
The setup pada kali ni saya pun tak tahu nak cakap macam mana, tapi kebanyakan fight lah.
Okay, and of course you raced here last season, and what do you think about Mandalika circuit?
Lita ni banyak pada ice peak corner dan U-turn, dan saya sangat suka. Tapi paling saya suka ialah sangat cantik view dia.
Okay, and finally, tell us, if you would, 3 things about the Underbone 150 category that you really like.
Fighting, speed, challenge.
3 things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fighting, challenge, speed.
And winning.
Yeah, winning.
All right, Nazrul, what would you like to say to your family and fans back home?
Assalamualaikum pada semua rakyat Malaysia yang menonton saya. Doakan saya pada race kali ini dapat kemenangan, dan saya harap pada semua menyokong kami yang berada di sini, rider-rider Malaysia.
Thank you, and all the best for this weekend.
Yeah.
And finally, let's move on to Faris Putra Fadil for Cardinals Factory, one of the exciting riders coming through, looking fast just about every time out. And you had a P6 in Motegi. Tell us about your experience in ARRC so far, and how is it different compared to other championships?
So for this season, I'm new to category. This is my first time riding Underbone 150. I very like the bike. The bike was so lightweight, and I very like the speed.
Okay, and the competition is pretty hot too. You
Yeah.
have, I mean, the Cardinals team is really nicely balanced because you have a very experienced teammate. How is it being in the same team with Fazrul Sham?
So untuk teammate dengan Abang Fazrul sangat best sebab dia ada experience yang banyak. Saya dapat belajar dengan dia daripada mula sampai sekarang. Dia ajar dari segi fighting dan buat time. Saya sangat bersyukurlah ada dia di sisi saya.
And what do you think is the biggest challenge when it comes to finding the right bike setup?
Cabaran dapatkan setup yang terbaik ialah untuk race pocket lah. Bagi saya dapatkan ratio yang terbaik untuk race kerana ratio di qualifying dan race sangat berbeza sebab di race kita ada slipstream yang sangat banyak. So sprocket tidak boleh terlalu ringan dan juga tidak boleh terlalu berat. So challenging dia dekat mencari ratio sprocket lah.
Okay, and what are your goals for the rest of the season? Now you've got some experience in the class.
So untuk season kali ni amat mencabar bagi saya, tapi saya ingin dapatkan satu podium untuk kali ini dan juga race-race yang lain.
Okay, and you have a lot of fans and family and friends back home in Malaysia. What would you like to say to them?
So, Assalamualaikum semua. Saya harap yang tengok dan support lah rider Malaysia dan juga rider-rider rakan-rakan saya semua. Saya minta doa, family, ibu bapa dan tim saya di Kaprik untuk support saya dan juga rider lain-lain.
Faraz Putra Fadil, thank you, and we wish you the
Thank
best
you.
for this weekend. Thanks also to Nazrul Izzat and to Rekat Yusuf and Aditya Fauzi. We wish all of you guys this weekend. Thanks for the insight, and we look forward to seeing you on track. And so, moving on, we are going to change for the final interview session of the afternoon, which is going to be with riders from the TVS Asia One Make Championship. So give us just a few minutes and we will be right back. So we're at Mandalika for round 4 of the Idemitsu FIM Asia Road Racing Championship. A very warm welcome back to this pre-race interview session we're having with riders from all 5 classes. This is the last session of the afternoon, and I'm pleased to be sitting here with 4 of the leading lights in the TVS Asia One-Make Championship. The series continues to provide close racing as we watch this mix of experienced and elite young riders battling it out, and as the TVS Apache RR310 continues to develop. In this year's championship, Hiroki Ono is on top and continuing to dominate, despite some spirited challenges. But he has won all 5 races so far, and Ramdan Rosli from Malaysia has come closest over the 5 races so far, and he has only failed to finish on the podium on 1 occasion. From India, we've got Sartak Chavan, who's brought a real spark to the series with some thrilling performances, and also the only Indonesian in the class, Deki Tiano Aldi, is lying 4th. Deki joins us now, along with Sartak Chavan, the project leader for TVS Asia One-Make Championship, Warapong Malahuan, and with championship contender Ramdan Rosli. So, Deki, I want to start with you as the only Indonesian representative in the TVS Asia One-Make Championship. You are racing at home, of course, this weekend. What are you finding difficult, and what makes things easy here at Mandalika?
Ya, menurut saya di sirkuit ini ya nggak ada susah. Cuma untuk melawan rekan-rekan saya ini kayak Bang Ramdan sama Farapong begitu sulit. Mana ada sulit? Ya.
And you've had some injuries this season. How are you managing the injuries?
Saya tahun ini cukup susah untuk mengimbangi lawan-lawan saya karena saya masih cedera, dan untuk race di kandang saya ini bismillah saya akan maksimalkan.
Right, and what have you learned so far this season? This is your 3rd season in TVS. What have you learned that's different from previous seasons?
Nggak ada bedanya sama musim-musim tahun kemarin.
And how are you finding the machine? Because the machine is also a little bit different.
Ya, mesin tahun ini daripada tahun kemarin lebih bagus. Itu aja sih. Thank you.
Okay, so you are carrying the hopes of a nation in this category, Deki. What would you like to say to your fans and your family out there?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jangan lupa dukung saya di balapan seri 4 ini di Mandalika, Indonesia. Terima kasih.
All right, all the very best for this weekend. Let's move on to Sartak Chavan. Sartak, as I said in my introduction, you brought a real spark into this championship this season with some really feisty and fast performances. Going back to Motegi, could you tell us what happened in race 2?
So, I jump started and then I had a right through penalty to complete, and I failed to complete the penalty, and that is why I had to retire from the race. But the mistake was I did not complete the penalty. I think it was because some miscalculations in my head, and also the lap board in Motegi was quite small, so it was very hard to calculate for me in which lap to come in, and then I got black flag. That's it.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, but yes. One of those learning experiences, I guess. But I see you've got new glasses, so you should be able to see the board okay this time.
Yes, for sure.
In this category, how are you finding it? Is it difficult to get into the front group?
I don't feel it is difficult as of such, because if you look at my performances from last rounds, I've been fighting for top 5 in every session, but in the races I feel just unfortunate to have making some mistakes and going back down on the positions.
And I think Mandalika is new to you, yes? Okay, so from what you've looked at so far, what do you think of this circuit?
I feel it is quite tricky because it has got some really fast corners here, and the last corner is after looking at some of the races, the last corner feels like a good overtaking spot and to overtake for the last lap. But yeah, I've studied the track and I hope I can perform well here.
Okay, and you've raced in some different categories in your young career. Tell us about the TVS Apache. What do you think of the machine?
The bike's really good, has good grip, really stable into the corners, and also the power delivery is much better than what I had raced in the wild card in Thailand. And I feel it is getting better and better each round. The lap times are much faster than the last season, and I think TVS has put on a good show working on the Apache and bringing it here to the Asian Championship.
Okay, and what are you aiming for the rest of the season? The second half of the season starts tomorrow.
So the goal right now is to have a good position in the championship, and also my goal is to be on the podium in every race possible, and I am working on it, and I know I can do it, and for sure it will happen.
Okay, and please give a shout out to your family and fans in India.
नमस्कार, मी सार्थक चव्हाण. मी इथे इंडोनेशियामध्ये आलो आहे रेस चालवायला. तर मी TVS एशिया वन मेक चॅम्पियनशिप मध्ये कम्पीट करणार आहे. तर प्लीज मला सपोर्ट करा आणि मी असंच चांगले परफॉर्मन्स देत राहील. थँक्यू.
Thank you very much, and all the best for this weekend. Let's move on now to the Sifu, Warapong Malahuan.
Hello, everyone.
Warapong, and just to remind everybody, it was you who began this project after racing in the AP250
Yes.
back in 2020.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a long time ago.
Yes.
And from that, the idea was launched to have this one make series, which has been a fantastic addition to ARRC. You won the championship in the first year, and you've been developing other riders, you've been developing the machine, and this season you've got a real fight on your hands. So tell us what's been the struggle for you on track.
This season is more difficult because it's all the rider know for the TVS machine now, and then is Hiroki Ramdan and all the rider is now is proposed for give the good the competition to here, and the first one for me for the staggering for take the podium first and getting the point up to fight with the top 3 for overall championship, and that's surely I look back for the last 3 rounds is I have some problem for the qualifying. Is I need to keep for the good qualifying for the good start, because the first lap I have some many time to problem for the starting, because it have the big group and make me is far the grip in the front group.
Yeah, and last time we were at Motegi, here we're at Mandalika. Which of those two circuits do you prefer?
You mean Motegi and here?
Yeah.
For me, for sure, last year in here I have the podium fight with the Lambdan. for sure, this is the better for me. It's Motegi also good, but only just the first time for me in the last round. But here is the second time. Is I have information enough for make the starting for FP1, FP2, and qualifying, and race also.
Right. Okay. Slightly bigger question here, because you are one of the busiest people I know in motorcycle racing. Tell us, what do you think is the most important thing in racing, and how can people get there and become successful professional racers?
Now I have I think I over 20 year for the racing. The rider every year have the new rider, have almost a new rider and fast rider. But if you focus only rider position, is you don't you will be is very short time for your work. But for me, it's depending for long time back. Is I must have the looking for mechanic, looking for team, looking for how to develop and how to take it for the more high level. And then is I looking for the many part. When I go here, I looking for focus on the rider. I am rider, but then the next one when I stay in my home, I focus from I am is team manager for AVRP. And another one is I have the trainer. When I go trainer part, the solution in part, I push, I keep to the rider is coming to learning with me. This is I need to like a example for another rider to follow like a similar my system.
Yeah, I can see. As I said, you're one of the busiest people I know in motorcycle racing, so it's very interesting to see. Who supports you? Who's your biggest supporter at home?
Surely 100% now is my baby. Now is I have two power baby because is now my son is only 2 months right now, and this weekend is more power because is a few days is my birthday of my bigger son. Is I need to get the good podium for show to him, and this is a gift for him.
I totally agree with that. Babies give you power.
Yeah, surely have more two power.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. All right. And what would you like to say? You've got a lot of people watching back home, a lot of people looking up to you. What would you like to say to them?
Okay. Selamat datang Mandalika. Please follow our on this weekend in YouTube and Facebook live. Is you guys will be fun with the game and looking for the good competition in Asia road racing.
Fantastic. I wish you all the best for this weekend.
Thank you.
And let's move on to Ramdan Rosley, who, as I said in my opening comments, over the course of this season, has been the rider who's come closest to challenging Hiroki Ono, with 2 second places, two third places as well, and you have 83 points, second in the championship. So how has this season been for you so far?
So far this year is good to start for the 2024 season. Of course, my target is always to be on the podium, and always I think try to be a winner in the race. Yeah, let's see in this race. I still grinding to find the win and working a lot on my body to lose more weight compared to last year.
Right. Well, I'm not sure where you're losing it from. Are you removing ribs or something? You talked about aiming for the podium. You've hit it every time except one this season. Tell us about that time. What happened?
Yeah, I lose one podium in Buriram in the second race because in the second race is always been more fighting compared to the race one. But in Buriram race one, I already planned to arrive on the podium. But in the last moment, in the last lap, I was stuck with some rider in front of me that don't give me to achieve on the podium. But anyway, it's a part of the race. I need to think for the next race.
But it's always nice to be finished on the podium in every race, and always to score a lot of point to gain on the championship. Because I know in this championship still the championship leader is doing so much work to keep win in every race. But for me, it doesn't matter. I was trying everything to not to lose, and always thinking to win in the every round.
Yeah, we can see that in your performances. How do you keep yourself motivated when you do have one dominant rider ahead of you? What are you learning?
Yeah, of course, coming Hiroki in this championship always been a benchmark for me to fighting with him, because as we know, Hiroki have a really small body compared to me. Maybe the weight different, something like 10 kilo to me. But always the difference on the bike is different on the acceleration. Compare in the speed, it was very similar, but in acceleration was have a different. I will always I need to do extra in the exit to not to lose with the Hiroki. But anyways, for me it's a good fight, because I need to think how can I not to lose with him so much, and I need to adapt with this situation. Until now in round 4. Arrive in Mandalika, so I think it's good to plan a new game in the half season now.
Yeah, that's it. Go for the second half of the season. What do you think about Mandalika, Ramdan?
Yeah, Mandalika has a good layout. I like this track. Not for me, it's not a very technical track. It's fast flowing track. But in this track, I've potential also to fight for the podium and also for the win, because last year I was fighting and also doing a good lap time here. Was always being in a good position in every session. So I think I have a good potential to be on the podium and also to be a winner in this track. I have that confidence.
Yeah, well, it's good to hear you sounding so upbeat about it and confident, and we're looking forward to it. Finally, fans and family back home, what would you like to say?
Yeah, to all my supporters in Malaysia and my family, of course, I was doing everything to be winner, and also to arrive in the podium every race. I will push myself to put 110% always in every round. So keep supporting me and all the rider and all the Malaysian rider, and I will doing all the best in every session and also on the race.
Ramdan Rosley, thank you so much. Very well said. Thank you for the insights, Ramdan, Warapong, Saratak, and to Deki also. We really appreciate it. We know you're going to put on a fantastic show this weekend. That is the last of our 5 interview sessions before we get down to business. Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, local time, the talking stops, the engines start, and we will be into free practice Friday. So join us then. We will be live on YouTube, Facebook, and other channels. So please join us tomorrow for round 4 of the Idemitsu FIM Asia Road Racing Championship. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.